I'm Leah Rosenfeld. I'm a global running coach and former professional athlete, and I'm gonna lead us on a walk run today. We're doing 5 minutes of walking to warm our bodies up, and then we're going into 10 by 1 minute run, 1 minute walk. So let's get started and I'll lead us through what we're gonna do today. So if you're on the treadmill, power up the treadmill, start a little brisk walk. We're going zone 1. So just walk it out right now. Or you can take me outside on your phone and we can do this together wherever you want. So the point right now is just like walking, transitioning our body from where we were to where we're going in this little walk run workout. Now, where are we right now? We're in beautiful Griffith Park. We're on the zoo trail, the old zoo trail that overlooks the north and east side of the mountain range. And today we're gonna do a fun little walk run. So who is this for? This walk run is for anybody who's curious about running and you've always wanted to get into it, or you've always wanted to try a 5K and you don't know where to start. So starting with a walk run is the perfect way to transition into running. And my plan for us is to do exactly that. So this is not just a one-off. This video and this series is going to be a part of a whole series where I take us from walk run to 5K. Okay, so today's day 1. And this also could be for people that are coming back from an injury. Maybe you're already a runner and you've already been running for a long time, but you've taken a lot of time off and you need to start back again. This is for you too. This could also be, for anyone who just wants to move their body and feel good. Take a lunch break, do a little walk outside, go to the gym, do a little treadmill walk run, move and feel good in that body mama gave you. Okay, let's go over zones today, and then we can look around at all the beauty around us. So, right now we're zone 1. So that's just chill walk. I'm walking a little bit faster, just like a brisk walk, so that I could get a bit of a sweat on, get my heart rate up. It's really hot here. The sun's beating down on me, so it's a little easier to get a sweat on. If you're inside on the tread or somewhere else that's not so hot, just move a little bit faster than an easy walk, okay? For the running portion, when we start it, we're gonna be in zone 2. So zone 2 is an easy jog, okay? And I'll go over that as we get into the running portion. But right now, just think zone 1, we're gonna move into zone 2 and then back to zone 1 for the recovery. So again, this is transitioning us back into running. This is not some crazy intense workout. Don't be intimidated. I myself actually have had an injury, a toe injury, for over a year now that I've been nursing and trying to rehab and figure out what it is. Don't even get me started with how many doctors I've seen. But I think it's sesamoiditis. So me too, I'm with you. I had to take a lot of time off of running the past several months, and I'm easing back into it too. And if I were to do this myself, my own coaching advice would be start with a walk run. So where are we? We're in LA. We're in beautiful LA. It's a non-smoggy, beautiful morning out here. We're in Griffith Park. The more we climb, so I'm going up. So if you hear me huffing and puffing, it's because we're going up a big hill on and off. But once we get up a little higher, we're gonna have some sick views of the mountains, sick view of the 5, sick view of Highland Park and some other cool places, Burbank Airport, might see some pines. All right, 1 more minute of our warm-up. Morning. So the idea of a warm-up, many of you might already know. Yeah, you gotta warm up your body before you exercise. But why? The idea is it's transitioning us from our everyday life, whether we were just sleeping and we woke up, whether we were at work and we're transitioning into a run, whether we were doing something else, especially if it was sedentary, into a run. You want your blood pumping, you want your heart pumping harder so that your blood's circulating to your working muscles, and that's warming your muscles up, that's giving your muscles nutrients, The best analogy is think of a rubber band. If a rubber band is cold or frozen and you pull on it, it might snap. And the rubber band's like your muscles. So we want the rubber band to be a little bit more warm, a bit more pliable, and that's gonna help us stay injury-free, ideally, and feel better when we start running. Make sense? We got this? Okay. All right, we're coming to the end of our warm-up. So what we're doing next is we're going to run for 1 minute. And this run should be super easy. We ain't trying to set no world record right now, okay? Just so easy. The idea with these types of, with all easy runs, to be honest, but especially with the one today, is we want to start conservatively, build a little bit of speed and momentum by the end, okay? You with me? Okay, so we're gonna go into zone 2 in 3, 2, and 1. All right, nice and easy. It's just like 5% faster, or 10, let's say 10% faster, because we're doing 10 of these, okay? So we're at 10% now. Zone 2, just cruising. And you're gonna have to keep me on track. You might have to yell at me through the screen, because when I get to talking, sometimes I can miss the time. Something to think about right now is your breathing. Breathing should be nice and gentle. If you're breathing really hard, all of a sudden, slow down. And I'm gonna just check in with my breath too. Let's take the last 10 seconds of this to just check in with our breath. Ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna come out of that and go into our walk. Nice and chill. Well done. Whew. So, how's the breathing? Maybe you got a little more warmed up, a little more spike in the heart rate, but it should be more on the gradual conservative side. We're not going into this too hard. In my brain, it like feels like intervals. I'm like, okay, 1 minute on, 1 minute off, right? For any of you who have run, maybe you're injured and coming back, we're like, oh, it's intervals. But no, this is nice and chill. So on the next one, we're gonna go up another 10%. So we're going from, it's still zone 2, but we're going from like a really, really easy jog to a little more intentional jog run. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Just ease into it. Good. I'm gonna take this whole segment, all the rest of it, to listen to my breathing. You'll be able to hear it too. See if we can match up and sync our breath, okay? Just listen to mine. We're going 30 seconds just like this. Nice and chill. Three, 2, 1, into our little walk. Job. How is that? It's kind of nice, right? Like I can talk and coach you, and at the same time, look what we got. At the same time, it's super, super important for you to tune into your body and listen to yourself and not listen to me sometimes. Say, how am I feeling? So on the next 1 minuter, that'll be our third one, we're gonna focus on our feet. So our feet are our first contact with the ground. It's the foundation of our whole body, and how our feet connect with the ground basically there's a chain reaction up the body. So how our feet hit the ground and connect with the ground determines how the rest of our body moves to some capacity. So I'll talk us through it. 3, 2, 1, let's go into our jog. Stay in at zone 2. We're not up in the ante anymore, okay? We're gonna stay here for a little while. So think about your feet touching the ground. Excuse us. And what I want us to do right now is think about every time your left foot hits the ground. So just feel, put your attention down into your left foot. Feel every time it touches the ground. There's a method to the madness. We're gonna calculate our stride rate by the end of this together. All right, still thinking about your left foot? Our last 10 seconds, we're gonna count. Ready? Count every time your left foot hits the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4. You count it out yourself. All right, 3, 2, 1. We're coming out of that. Good. What's the method? Okay, we are going to calculate our stride rate, our cadence. That's how many times our feet touch the ground in 1 minute, basically. It determines so many things, but all you need to know is how often your feet touch the ground, how heavy or light you are on your feet. That stuff matters to runners. And throughout the series, we'll go into the nitty-gritty and the weeds of it, but today, we are going to calculate how many times our right foot hits the ground in 1 minute. Okay, so on our next minute, every step you take with your right foot, count it. Ready? Like you could just try on the walk right now, just so you get used to that. 10 more seconds, then we'll go into our run. Okay, so we're only counting when our right foot hits the ground. Let's try it in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So start counting. I'm gonna be quiet. Time, whatever number you are on, start walking. Remember that number. If you are within a couple numbers of that, it's okay. You can do this again. You can try it on the next one. Just mute me and keep counting. But you want to be running. You want to know how many steps you take with your right foot because this is the calculation. Here we go. Multiply it by 2. That's your stride rate. I think I was 79. So for easy math's sake, let's say 80, that would be 160 steps per minute. The idea and the goal throughout this series is to gradually increase your stride rate. You want a higher number than when you start. Jack Daniels, the late exercise physiologist, did a lot of research on this. I'm going to talk about this while we're going into our 5th segment in 3, 2, 1. Let's go, number 5, halfway there. So Jack Daniels did a lot of research on all different types of runners, mainly professional athletes, and he figured out that the gold standard of your cadence or your stride rate is 180 steps per minute. Now, that doesn't mean you have to run that, but it's something to work towards and aspire towards. And just know, if you increase your stride rate, you are going to be putting less impact on the ground because you spend less time on each foot. You are going to speed up how quickly your legs turn over without actually trying. So you'll run fast without trying harder, like physically harder, and you'll be less injury prone. So all good things. I'm talking a lot. How are we feeling? We're coming out of this one in 3, 2, and 1. Walk it out. Whew. Save the bathroom break for later. We're halfway through this. We're going into the second half. We've come too far. We can't stop now. Good. Now I'm excited and going uphill. So I'm more out of breath than I should be. So just like you, I need to check in with myself too and be like, chill out, lady. You can slow it down a bit. So check in with yourself. You should not be huffing and puffing. I guess I'm talking too, so it kind of adds to the huffing and puffing. But you should feel warmed up, like the running portion's getting a little bit easier because you're warmed up. Get a sip of water, whatever you need. We have a few more seconds before number 6. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Nice and chill. We're still in zone 2. We have not upped the ante, if you realized. We did 10% faster, then we did 20% total faster than our warm-up, and then we're just chilling there. 20%, zone 2, nice and chill. And stay with me because pretty soon we're gonna start to get some views of LA, the north side. Keep thinking about your feet. We're gonna come back to our feet in the walk and go over something else that's super, super beneficial as you get restarted or started with your running journey. All right, we're coming into our walk in 3, 2, and 1. Walk it out. Take a moment. So, something else, again, like I'm sharing with you what I wish I had known when I started running. I started running when I was like a little kid. I think I did my first race when I was 3 years old. My parents hosted philanthropic road races for cancer, autism, people that needed wheelchairs, and they also owned shoe stores. So I was like there on race day, helping them out, pulling bibs, hopping in a race here and there. And I remember in middle school running a 5K and just dry heaving the whole half of the race because I started too fast. So, I don't want to go over. Okay, ready? We're going into number 7 in 3, 2, 1. We're gonna get some views on this one. Good. But this is all to say, basically, I wish I knew what to think about on my runs when I was really young and I was getting into it for the first time. Even like if I were to start any new endeavor, later in life, I would want to know what the heck to think about. Like, okay, we run, we are born to run. It's innate to all humans, which is why I think it's so good for us to do it and move our body in this way. But what the heck do we think about? So right now, think about your feet. Check out the montañas in the background. So we're sort of overlooking Burbank. We'll get a little more of Burbank when we turn this corner up here. Oop, 3, 2, 1. Good job. What was that, number 7? We got 3 more, 8, 9, 10. That's it. So our feet. If you think about your feet, you will be less likely to trip. You will land on the ground lighter subconsciously. You don't even really have to try to land on the ground lighter, but you will. Your brain will notice, oh my gosh, I'm slamming my foot on the ground. Maybe I should step a little lighter. Your cadence will be faster. You also will transition out of your mind into your body, which will let your anxieties disappear. A lot of emotion and overthinking will disappear the more you come into your body. So that's what we're gonna do today. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Number 8. Nice job. Nice and chill. We don't need to crank up the intensity. Just running. Easy jog. What I say is like zone 2, you definitely should be able to have a conversation with a friend. So if I were to ask you, tell me about why you chose to run with me today, you should be able to answer that. Or at least respond in sentences like, I don't know, crazy lady, I just found you on YouTube. Or I've had a hard time the past 6 months with an injury and I'm, need some accountability in a running buddy. Whatever it is, I'm gonna take the next several seconds. Well, we're gonna come out of this and then we're gonna think about it on the walk. Why'd you show up? 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, think about what caused you to be like, you know what, I'm gonna try this. I'm curious, or I need to move my body, or I wanna run, jog, walk around Griffith Park. What is it? For me, I have run for such a long time in high school and in college. And then I coached in college at NAU and Syracuse for a few years. And then I ran professionally for a while. And I had the privilege of living in Flagstaff, Arizona and training with some of the best Olympians and world-class runners in the world. And even coaches, like excellent, excellent coaches. I'm gonna tell you the rest on our run. This is number 9. 3, 2, 1. Let's roll. So in Flagstaff, I learned so much. I basically took everything I had learned about running throughout my life, and in Flagstaff, I feel like it solidified some of the things I was doing right in running and coaching, and it totally stripped me down and humbled me in ways where maybe I wasn't running the right stuff or approaching it with a healthy mindset, or I wasn't even giving my athletes like proper training, so it's very humbling to like learn from people that are doing it at a top level. And I want to share that with everybody. I want everybody to understand just fundamental ways of moving, fundamental ways of mentally approaching your runs that make it fun. And it doesn't have to be some crazy, difficult, scary thing. Oh my God, also, let's look up ahead. We got 3 coyotes up there. We're gonna keep the camera rolling. Let's come into our jog. Sorry, I got so excited about the coyotes. Or let's go into our walk. We're doing our little rest. This is our last rest. And we get to hang out with some coyotes. How cool. Sorry, I got so distracted by them. Almost kept running for 2 minutes. That's kind of cool. Who knew? If you know LA, then you knew they had coyotes. But if you're not from around here, you might be like, what? I thought it was a city. I didn't know there's all these green mountains and such. Hi. Woo. I don't know what I just stepped in. We got less than 10 seconds, and then we're going into our last minute. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Last one, best one. Just kidding. There's no need to go crazy here. If you want, you can increase the speed just a tiny bit. Let's say 2%. So now we're at 22%, zone 2.2. But no more. You want to finish this like feeling either good or like, okay, I can do this. Because you can, and because you're worth it. You know, one of the like best pieces of advice I could give to anyone is if you don't want to do something, but you know it's gonna be good for you or make you feel better tomorrow or in a few days from now, then do it. You don't have to have the motivation first. You just need to show up and do it, and the motivation will follow. All right, 3, 2, 1. We're done. But we're going into a 1-minute cool down walk. Okay, so just gonna walk it out, close this up. So we just did 5 minutes of walking, 10 by minute on, minute off. We're in our 1-minute cool down. And basically, I just want you to pause and be like, okay, how'd that feel? Chet, how's your body feel right now? Do you feel more aware of your feet? I can hear a no. So that's something to keep coming back to. When you're walking throughout the day, when you come back for your next run with me, think about your feet on the ground, gripping the ground. That's gonna get you out of your head, down into your body and into your feet. All good things come from focusing on our feet. So I want to see you again. You know where to find me on YouTube. We're gonna keep progressing throughout this series. So I want you to come back. I'm gonna lead us through more walk runs. We're gonna get you running a full mile. Then we're gonna get you running a 5K. All right? So you know where to find me. Come back, see me again soon. I'm Leah Rosenfeld. Nice job today. Peace.